This session is sponsored and programmed by Accenture.
Good afternoon and good morning to those on the West Coast. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Joanne Lipman, and I'm joined by David Leckstein, who is Accenture's Senior Managing Director and Northeast Technology Lead, as well as by Debra King. She's the Senior Vice President and Chief Information Officer at Corteva Agriscience. Thank you both for participating in this conversation, which it's in some ways a case study. We're looking at migration to the cloud in the midst of pandemic. Let's start with you, Debra. You are the global CIO of Corteva Agriscience. Your company was only recently spun off from DuPont, I believe it was last year. Now we're in the middle of a pandemic. And to make things just a little bit more complicated, your major customers are farmers. Can you first explain a bit about what is Corteva for those who are not familiar with it? And also, how are you using this new technology to connect with your customers?
Sure. Thank you, Joanne. And it's great to be here. So Corteva is a new company, and we were spun off actually from Dow and DuPont. So Dow and DuPont merged and then spun off into 3 companies, and Corteva is the new pure play ag company. So we spun off last year in 2019. We have about $14 billion in revenue, about 21,000 employees, and we operate in over 140 countries. And, think of Corteva as like a $14 billion startup, where we have this opportunity to really kind of build a pure play ag company from scratch. And it's for the mission of feeding people in the world. So a very compelling value proposition. And that's actually what brought me to Corteva. So I joined Corteva about 3 years ago to be able to help them through that journey through spin and be able to build an IT environment that was really, to a new team and a new complete strategy, as well as being able to stand up the company. And we had this real challenge because kind of the as-is scenario, we really couldn't run our business effectively after we merged and then spun, because we had all of these systems and data in different silos across the company in these heritage environments. And so we needed a solution that could really help us operate the company and also give our employees a good experience, because they had to go to all these different systems in different places with different logins. And we all know how difficult and challenging that could be. So we went to the cloud because of the agility and the flexibility and the platform for innovation that we needed. And we partnered with Accenture through that journey, and they're still a really close partner for us today. And today we also have digital services for farmers in the cloud. And it's anything from farm operations, helping them run their business, as well as digital agronomy services, where we take all this data that's connected through devices in the cloud, things like drones and soil sensors and farm equipment. And it helps farmers get insights to help them make better decisions and increase their yield. So, the cloud has been a really critical enabler for us to get through spin and to be the company we are today.
And David, so you're the Senior Managing Director for Northeast Technology Lead at Accenture. You just announced that you just introduced this Accenture Cloud First that you'll be investing $3 billion in the next 3 years. Can you explain first, what is that product, but also why now?
Absolutely. So glad to be here as well. And just to begin with, as one of the world's leading technology services providers, we believe, and our clients are confirming, the cloud is at the center of the next wave of technology enablement. And when you consider the importance of technology today, with the pandemic only demonstrating this even more prominently, whether it's enabling productivity remotely, keeping supply chains flowing, enabling all of us to continue to serve our customers, there's never before been so much reliance on technology. And yet there's so much technology available to help that's just not taken advantage of. And so we created Cloud First to help unlock cloud as a fundamental enabler of technology innovation. And so what is Cloud First? Cloud First kind of starts with assembling our best client cloud learnings and experiences, including the great example that you just heard Debra share with Corteva. And structurally, we are assembling 70,000 practitioners into a multidisciplinary group. That's across industries, functions, and technologies, together with our critical ecosystem partners, solely with a focus on the cloud agenda. Additionally, we're directing that $3 billion investment that you just referenced towards skilling talent, cloud research, enhancing our methods, improving tools and accelerators. And that's all to improve the delivery of client cloud journeys, trying to make them more cost effective, delivering faster value. And ultimately, because these initiatives can be large and daunting, it's to help de-risk these types of transformations and allow us all to deliver more confidently together.
So let's talk for a minute about sustainability. It's top of mind among many companies these days. What is the environmental impact of cloud technology, and how would you track that? Debra, I want to go to you first to help us understand that.
Sure. I'd just like to build on something David said, though, in regard to using the cloud in the pandemic. So that was something that was really critical for us. We were ready because we had so much in the cloud that when we became a virtual company almost overnight, we just flipped the switch and we had pure business continuity, both for us and for our farmers. So, we just didn't miss a beat. So it really helped add value there. Regarding sustainable, it's very important to Corteva, and the cloud is really helping us in that space. Corteva, our purpose statement is to enrich the lives of those who produce and those who consume, ensuring progress for generations to come. And sustainability is also in our name. Our name is the heart of everything nature, Corteva. So that's our commitment to our employees and to farmers and to society in general, is that we are going to build a future that's sustainable. And we believe in leveraging data for good. So whether it's in R&D and developing our products that are helpful for farmers and also really protect our land and our resources, to running our operations in a more sustainable way. And we really need enablers like the cloud to help us, because we have very ambitious sustainability goals. So we plan on reducing greenhouse emissions by 20%. And we also plan on increasing biodiversity in 25 million acres. So we have some pretty aggressive goals, and we really need the technology that we can get in the cloud to help us bring our data together, get the insights out of the data that we need to accelerate all of the work that we do to meet these sustainability goals. We also recently announced a partnership with Microsoft, where we're going to partner to leverage their Azure cloud and co-innovate on different technologies to be able to help farmers with byproducts like carbon. Byproducts like carbon and also nitrogen management in the field. And we're also very proud because we recently were named to Fortune's Change the World list for finding ways to create positive social impact through activities that are really part of our core business model.
David, do you have anything to add to that, just in terms of what might be the environmental impact of cloud technology?
Absolutely. And sustainability is very important to Accenture, another commonality that we have with Corteva. So on the topic of cloud and sustainability, we recently released some research, and we found not only can cloud migrations help provide 30 to 40% total cost of ownership savings, but that migrations to cloud can also reduce CO2 emissions by up to 59 million tons per year. That's the equivalent of taking 22 million cars off the road. If you think about Corteva as a great example for this, which also demonstrates one of the tools that we used along the way, which is our MyNav tool. The MyNav tool is a tool that we use for constructing cloud business cases and roadmaps, but it also has a sustainability module that helps organizations plan for and measure the sustainability impacts. And in the case of Corteva specifically, our journey together has already helped reduce their CO2 emissions by 600 tons per year for their servers. And more importantly, we're continuing together to achieve a 98% reduction in their server CO2 emissions over the course of their overall cloud journey. It's just another great sustainability additional benefit to everything that Debra just said on Corteva's mission.
So we are just about out of time. If you can just in a few seconds, each of you, do you have any advice for those who are not in your business, but how might this technology apply in other businesses? How can people in the audience apply this to their businesses? Debra, why don't you go first?
Sure. I would just say be aggressive about your strategy. You'll get the agility and flexibility you'll need with a lower capital investment, and pick your partners. Building an ecosystem to help you through this journey is really important.
And David?
Just say the benefits are real and that it's not a short sprint, but it's a journey together. I'll only echo Debra's point, pick your partners, both a cloud partner and a technology services partner like Accenture that'll help focus it on actually achieving the real value, the actual better business income outcomes.
David and Debra, I'm sorry to say we are out of time, but I really appreciate your being here with us today. And thank you to Accenture's David Leckstein, to Corteva Agriscience's Debra King for joining us here today. And best of luck to you both. Thank you.
Well, our thanks as well to David, Debra, and to Joanne Lipman. And